Well, first of all, everything is about building trust. So if there anything that occurs on the local media or news with any of the dance moves, your credentials are taken from you. So let's start there. But, a very, very productive day for a number of things. First of all, to our faculty and staff of coming out and really supporting our football program and really showing them the things that we have to be proud of. And I know our players appreciate it. And then our first annual Student Body Appreciation Day and our students coming out and, they make a difference. They made a difference in the Georgia game. They made a difference in the South Carolina game, and we're going to need them. And so to be able to let them know that we're one Tennessee, that was great to see. Very, very successful coaching clinic. Maybe the most attended that we've had in a very, very long period of time around here. But now to the product on the field. I was really, I wanted to see how our players approached the day, consistency and performance, but how they could handle the practice today, the practice format with the different things from the one-on-one competitions. Every rep counted. Every rep was 4 point for the offense or defense. A lot of teaching. I wasn't particularly pleased with the way our quarterbacks handled some of the situational offensive football today, but they're great teaching points. It's amazing, when you do different situations and you put people in the stands, that's why we do it. We have to simulate as much as we can game live repetitions with people in the stands of being such a young football team. But another evaluation tool in terms of moving forward. But the thing that we have to continue to strive for is consistency. All great teams play with a high level of consistency. We're not there. I did like our approach of our defense. I thought they came out. I liked their energy. I liked their effort. It was much better than previous weeks, but still a long way to go. And, I don't really know who's separating themselves right now. I'll be able to know more when I get back to the office and study the video. But I did like our overall approach. But, everything is how you compete, going from drill to drill. So I'll go back and I'll review the video today.
Butch, would you say this was your defense's most productive day in a scrimmage? They seem to have a different level of energy.
It was. I thought they controlled the line of scrimmage, and it wasn't a scrimmage. It was a practice. When I talk about controlling the line of scrimmage, I thought in the one-on-ones portion of practice, they controlled the line of scrimmage and some of our tempo stuff, some of our situational football. I thought that they controlled the line of scrimmage. I liked their effort. I liked the way they came off the ball to rush the passer. But again, a long ways to go. But also, it's a great teaching lesson for our offensive line. Is you have to have that effort. You have to have that intensity when you step on the football field, let alone when you come play here in Neyland Stadium.
Which was it just a simple matter of AJ was out there and it changed the level of intensity and communication, or is that making too much out of that?
No, I think that's a good point. Is in different practice settings, we have pulled AJ back where today, he gained all the reps at the linebacker spot with the first team defense, and he's a presence and he made himself felt out there, but also he's one of our leaders, and I think he brings the most out of Kurt, and Kurt brings out the most of him. So I think having him out there also helps some things.
Can you speak of the wide receivers today and where they really need to improve the last week of spring practice?
Well, overall consistency, and we're going to continue to challenge them because they're talented, but they're still exceptionally young, and they have to understand they have to own the ball in the air. And we had way too many drop passes, and we continually say it is a drop pass in our offense is the equivalent of a turnover. It stifles your momentum, it stifles your tempo, and we need to make plays. In the one setting, the last plays of the game, we dropped 3 touchdown passes, and the defense is celebrating because it was an end of the game play. But in actuality, the offense should have won that segment. And so those are things to teach the defense, but also it's consistency and performance every single day you step out on the football field or in the meeting room.
How critical, you talked about the defense kind of playing better today. How critical is this strength in the defense? Only one returning starter in the front 7 and
right.
Just kind of getting rid of them and stuff.
Well, it is critical, and we're exceptionally young. So I said it from practice one is every rep is a teaching opportunity. That's why we went back today and we focused on fundamentals, and we tried to focus on the the fundamentals in a competitive environment, a competitive setting. So again, it's very, very important. And most of our signees on the offensive side of the ball are here already. Now most of our signees on the defensive side of the ball get here in June. So it's important, and every individual is building their identity, and we're evaluating which individuals can step up and we can win with in the fall.
Which it looked like Riley and Justin got a lot of reps today. Is there any separation there at quarterback?
I'll know a little bit more when I watch the video. The thing, again, I keep talking about is consistency and performance. To play quarterback at the University of Tennessee, we need an individual who can improvise and make plays, but take care of the football, but play with a very high level of consistency. And I thought there was too many ups and downs, from the entire practice, from throwing the ball in one-on-ones. We had some windy conditions, and that's part of playing the game. That's part of playing in the elements. So we'll go back and we'll evaluate it. But also there was some great, Nathan Peterman hung in the pocket a number of times and delivered some passes as well. Josh Dobbs did some things. So again, all four did some good things, but there's also a lot of things that need to be corrected in a hurry.
When Riley ran out of bounds in the situation when it was last play of the game, is
Right.
that just a young player decision making that needs to get better?
Well, you're exactly right, and that is invaluable. That's why we practice every situation that can occur throughout the course of a football season. Those end of the game plays, the quarterbacks need to know if the pocket collapses, you got to scramble and you got to make a play, and you got to throw the ball to give us an opportunity to make a play. So that is invaluable. That is great, great teaching, but also it's great teaching from a defensive standpoint too, because you can't lose contain on the quarterback, especially in the red zone and in particular that type of situation. So again, those are things that it's hard to really manufacture, but it worked out, and I can promise you we'll coach and we'll teach off of that, even going into training camp and throughout the course of the season.
Was that maybe the issue with some of the lack of sustained drives on the offense? I guess when the quarterback plays up and down, it's hard to stay on the field for 8, 10, 12 plays.
Yeah, and everyone points to the quarterback, but again, we had too many drop passes. We cannot drop the football in our offense, and that's a very talented group, and we'll get it right. Coach Azani's the best wide receiver coach in the country. I firmly believe that, and he'll get it right. But again, it's youngsters understanding that, hey, every day it's your approach. It's your mental approach. It's your physical approach to everything that you're doing. And the great ones, they bring it every single day. But it is a process, and it's a process of being young. It's a process of developing that consistency, but that mental toughness, that mental conditioning that we talk about every day.
Butch, I know you haven't had enough consistency that you're obviously talking about, but how big was it for your defensive line to respond today?
It was, we needed that, and that was great to see. And, I knew they were focused because they came up to me in the meetings today and said, Coach, you're going to see a different energy today. Now they have to understand it's that consistency. But, I thought it was great that they came and they established the line of scrimmage today. And it's a great teach lesson for the offensive line, too, is you're only as good as your last rep. You're only as good as your last performance. That's why we have a snap and clear mentality. Play the play, clear it from your mind, and play the next snap.
Devin Young seemed to suddenly get your attention on that punt return today.
Yeah, Cam is an individual who is really battling to be our starting punt returner. And so to see him be able to do that, I'm more disappointed in our coverage lanes on the punt team and in our coverage and our tackling. But it's also great to see him making a play.
But how much do you need the competition that you have at punt, kick returner, and so many other positions?
Oh, we need it. That was one of the areas when we did quality control in our special teams that, we need to improve as a football team and moving forward. And all we ask our punt returners is give us 1 first down. Give the offense 1 first down, that's 10 yards. But it's not so much just the punt returner, it's the hold-up team, understanding the proper techniques. And so it's really hard to simulate live reps. That's why we've done so many live, maybe thud tackling, but live full-speed reps in terms of our kick coverage units and our hold-up units.
Devin Young seemed to get a couple, he had, broken there for a touchdown. Are you
Right.
getting more out of him? Is he becoming more of an asset in the backfield?
We are. I think Devin Young has had a very productive spring. I thought Thursday was a great teaching lesson for him in terms of consistency and the fine details that it takes to play winning football at the running back position in terms of his run frames. But Devin has done a great job of making plays for us out of the backfield and creating space. And, he's going to make the first defender miss. So I've liked his workmanlike approach, and now he's just working for a high level of consistency, as is a lot of players on our team right now.
Can you talk about the helmet stickers? Why did you want to start those? And
Well, it's just a thing for the spring, and it's a thing to reward players. And we're all a firm believer as a coaching staff, you get what you emphasize. So there's certain points of our play that we want to emphasize as a team and as sides of the ball, and we reward those players. That won't be anything that we'll have moving forward in the fall. It's just something for spring.
Coach, having the students on the field at the end of practice, all the high energy stuff, was that just a chance to let the players blow off some steam, maybe help them stay fresh for this last week coming up?
Well, it's a combination of a lot of things. First of all is they're their peers. We're one Tennessee, and our student body means everything to our football program. And so to be able to get them on the field and let them know, hey, we're one of you guys. And also I think it was great for our players, but also it was great for our student body. So I thought that was extremely healthy.
Thanks, guys.